I think that existentialism is one of the only few philosophical perspectives that survive the whole nonsense of the past and that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That
And
there is no inherent, yeah.
Account for and explain like all our other attempts at making sense of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there is a divide between when you have nihilism, which is the idea that there is no meaning to life, that there is no inherent meaning to life. That then there are two approaches that you can get from that. One is existentialism, and the other is absurdism. And with existentialism, it's basically the idea is basically that there is no inherent meaning to life, and that we can now form our own meaning and do something good about life. While absurdism is, for example, the approach, I don't want to misidentify or describe it the wrong way, but the approach that since there is no meaning to life and no inherent meaning to life, we should just not care about it and should just embrace things as they come, as they are, as opposed to complete nihilism where you just don't care about the meaning of life and don't have a meaning of life anymore at all. And I feel like just this existential approach where you don't believe that there is an intrinsic meaning to life, but where you want to make something good of life and define your own meaning in life is just the only reasonable approach that I can see. The problem with that is that many people, especially from religious backgrounds, kind of see a fault in that. And even non-religious people might see that that is kind of dangerous and bad because they think, well, if there is no inherent meaning to life, then the meaning that you are creating for yourself is just a made-up meaning. And why would you want to abide by that? They would just want to be completely pessimistic about that. But again, that's a whole huge discussion that is a vain attempt to find some objective meaning which does not exist, which cannot exist without religion. And it's also a misinterpretation and false conclusion of the whole situation. Just because there is no inherent meaning, it doesn't mean that you just have to throw your life away and throw earth and morality and everything away. You can simply, I'm sorry, I'm clicking the pen here.
No.
But you can make life better, and that's what humans have unknowingly done forever.
And it's so annoying when they're like, "Oh, you just made it up," and I'm like, "Well, I'm making it up myself, but like yours is made up by someone else."
Yeah.
So at least I can pick. I get the baby. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Some funny comments. Wait. Oh shoot. Where did it go? It was so good. Because someone. Oh, here it is, guys. Matthew found the meaning of life. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
It's to subscribe.
It's in your hikmah and dharma.
100% hikmah. You will have zero absence of hikmah if you subscribe. Okay, you gotta subscribe to Atheist Republic. You gotta subscribe to Apostate Prophet. Okay, and even be proactive about it. Go subscribe to his Turkish channel too. Okay, you don't even have to speak Turkish. Just do it. Yeah. And it's also your dharma. Not only do you have to subscribe, you have to go and you have to click the little bell, and then you have to go up and you have to hit all to get those notifications so you know when we go live and we're doing events like this right here, because Armin or myself usually go live like twice a day. And we talk about all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So
that's true.
Guys,
that's true.
We figured it out for you. All your answers are right here on this channel.
Yep. That is true. That is true.
And Hussein is mad because the other Hussein is giving his people a bad name.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, Rahman. We only say, "Ya Hussein" to you, okay?
The meaning of life is to be.
Aw, thank you, Afshin. You're a sweetheart. What do you... Oh, here's a good question. And I'll relate it to something else. So when I took existentialism in college, I was like fully on.
Took existentialism. So go ahead.
Yeah, I did. I hated Heidegger the most. I was like, Heidegger, what the hell are you on? Anyway, and Kierkegaard. Oh, just shoot me. Okay.
So
anyway.
Misplaced, that guy. I don't know.
Anyway, so I was taking existentialism and I was like thinking about nihilism and all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm on board. Like, it makes sense. You're right. Like, you're right. But then Nietzsche talks about like these ways that we make up meaning are like warm cloaks that we put on ourselves to like comfort ourselves, right? And based on where I was going to school, I was like, you know, like I'll just, and also because coming out, I think this is very common for people coming out of like Abrahamic faiths where they get really interested in New Age spirituality, because at least for my upbringing, like that is forbidden. Like that's a no-go. That's not okay. Like that is like, that's wrong. Like that is sinful. Like and just even being curious about it, like that's just not okay. So of course it was attractive to me because it's taboo, right? So then I like kind of went down a little bit of a New Age spirituality path for a minute. Like I was very deep into astrology. I still know a lot about astrology, like crystals, vibrations, like that whole thing. And even though I knew that it was complete BS the whole time, I was like, well, I might as well like enjoy something, I guess. But the thing is, if you know it's a placebo, it doesn't really work so well. And me, again, being very, very well versed in psychology, I know that everything that's happening through New Age spirituality, homeopathy, all that stuff is just a placebo. So when you go in with that knowledge, it's like not quite as effective. You don't quite get the same warm feeling inside that you're in control of things, because you're not in control of things. Yeah. What do you think of like New Age hippie spiritualism? I think it's incredibly dangerous, actually.
It is. It is just a bunch of weird modern superstition that leads into that is mostly just based on. I often see that it is supported with these whole pseudoscientific approaches. When I say pseudoscientific, I'm not saying that it is just contrary to science, but it is actively trying to be science, while it is absolutely not anything, not in any way proper, real, good science. And I don't know, it is, I would say it's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of weird stuff, a weird modern attempt to live by something. But I also can't blame people for doing that. I actually recently recorded a video about why people feel the need to worship, but I never published the video. I don't know why. Because I was thinking very lengthily about why people feel this need to worship, and why people pray, and why they feel good after praying, why they feel this need to let something out, to meditate, and all that. And I realize it is just all a human need for, you know, to turn off and to let go of thinking about themselves and their duties and this and that, and just to focus on something else outside and beyond yourself, and just makes you feel better. People feel the need for that, and that's why people tend to worship. That's why people like to worship, and why they like to pray, and why they like to bend down and go on their knees and do all these things. And this whole modern New Age spirituality stuff is probably all just a part of that, and therefore I cannot blame people for going such ways. But it's just nonsense to me. What can I say?
There's another really interesting comment I want to highlight. Matthew saying, I was raised in a Christian and Native American family. Native American religion can be very hard on your mental estate. Matthew, I would imagine love to talk about this, because especially in for lack of a better term, like woke circles, you are not allowed to criticize like indigenous faiths, because it would be seen as replicating systems of violence, oppression, and colonization upon those people who are already, you know, been victimized, genocided by those things, right? So you're just not supposed to touch it. But it's undoubtedly true that there are likely a lot of extremely harmful practices and beliefs within those belief systems. there's a video that you think that we should watch or highlight, do a stream on this channel about these things that you think are bad on people's mental health or just bad for people in general, go to our Discord. We have a Discord in the description, and we have a video recommendations channel. So please give us more information on this, because I think that would be extremely interesting. That's definitely something we haven't covered yet. It's a hole in our narrative. Yeah, I want to talk about that, because in certain lefty, kind of circles, not all, that's kind of an untouchable thing. But we need to talk about it. We don't have any red lines here. Well, we do have red lines, but we like to challenge people's red lines here on this channel. So yes, please give me more information in the Discord below.
The only thing that I was interested in about Native American religion was the use of peyote, or whatever it's called, a drug. And
yeah, I could be completely wrong. I think that's more of a southwestern,
yeah, I don't know,
thing, because that's where the cactus actually grows.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No... Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free... It's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.